Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving, and well. And as we begin to connect this morning, I would love for you to just take a moment, just kind of breathe into your heart space and bring in some compassion, some deep self-acceptance, some peace, some love. Just kind of be in that space. I think this morning, I believe all of us over these last few weeks, as we start to think about and start to feel and kind of envision what it might look like over these next few weeks, these next few months, as we're hopefully getting a chance to reemerge into more normalcy, a chance to kind of look at what it might feel like post-pandemic. And I know that post-pandemic is sort of a very amorphous term these days. We don't know what that's going to look like. But here's what I hope it feels like. I was thinking a lot about before the pandemic and how in my life, I was probably going through a lot of motions, right? Just kind of automatic pilot on a lot of things, just taking a lot of things for granted. And as much as I try to be mindful and try to be present, I know, and maybe you're feeling the same way, there's a lot of things I wasn't totally present for. But, oh my goodness, these last year plus, hasn't it brought up a lot for you about, oh my, I want to really remember some of the ordinary things that I thought were just ordinary before the pandemic. And now I want to make those ordinary things sacred. I want to make them sacred. I want to give myself the opportunity to re-engage with a level of presence, a level of mindfulness as I do all the things that I want to get back into doing or move forward in doing with a level of reverence, making the ordinary sacred. And I've been reading a lot of Abraham Maslow these last few days, maybe because the whole idea of humanistic psychology is so important, and maybe more than ever, my desire for self-actualization based on what I learned about myself, what I saw in others over this past year plus, and kind of thinking more than any time in my own life. This idea of evolving, becoming more and more self-actualized. What Abraham Maslow once said was, what we can be, we must be. What we can be, we must be. He used to talk about this whole idea of that what is safe is risky, meaning that we have to continually self-actualize. We have to continually look for the opportunities to step more into our humanity and push the envelope of what we think is ordinary and make it sacred. And I'm often I'm often thinking about the idea of how we begin each and every day. And this is an opportunity that I think you and I really hopefully love because it gives us a chance to think, to feel, to encourage ourselves for this next evolution. And every single morning we wake up, it's like, oh my gosh, but probably more than ever. Aren't you feeling like the fact that we're still here, the fact that we are alive, the fact that we have an opportunity to consider what it was like over these last year plus of time to evaluate how we lived and what we were thinking about and what was coming up for us. And now we don't want to miss the opportunity to kind of pregame, hopefully, for this next evolution of coming out. So here's what I'd love for you to consider. Each and every morning, I'm a huge, huge advocate for having a practice. Why? Because the science is rich with, if people have a practice first thing in the morning, it tends to elevate their game the rest of the day. It serves as a linchpin, and as you pull that linchpin, it kind of releases all this human potential, self-actualization, love and light and possibility. And science is great that says that, but I think it's the spirit that I'm most connected to. It feels good to get uncomfortable first thing in the morning. It feels good to stretch ourselves. And each and every morning I have this practice of a mantra, movement, meditation, meal, moving into my personal magnificence. My personal magnificence. And yes, you know what? It's not comfortable. Every single day, it's beautifully uncomfortable. It asks a lot of me to get up and have a sacred utterance. And then from there, move into a lot of intense movement. I love high intensity interval training because it releases a cascade of hormones and neurochemistry that creates a neurogenic pathway of possibility and moves me forward. And then, yes, from there, thinking about what it is I'm going to fuel my body with. And then from there, moving out into the world and saying, this is my intrinsic masterpiece. Not an ego masterpiece, not a, hey, look at me. But it's more about, hey, look what I can be and how I can be a demonstration. Look what I can be to be a demonstration. what we can be, we must be. When Maslow said those words, he was basically pulling us out of our comfort. He was asking us to consider what self-actualization would look like to you. But not just to you in the sense of, oh, it's just all about you. He knows, and we all know now, that there's an emotional contagion when someone is alive with purpose, when someone gives themselves permission to question their own inner self-dialogue and say, I want something greater. I'm going to come from more love. I'm going to come from more possibility. And then navigates each and every day under the influence of making the ordinary sacred. And given all that we've been through this past year plus, don't you just feel a yearning to make the ordinary sacred? Make your ordinary day an extraordinary experience of the sacred, an extraordinary expression of the sacred. We have an opportunity, and yes, I use my mantra, my movement, my meal, my experience of meditation, and all of those things literally to help me elevate my inner game so I can go out and play the life game. And I do want to play the life game better than I have my entire life. I am ready to see an elevation in my life game. And it's not about me. It's about us. It's about we. We being the change we wish to see in the world. And like no other time, we need to be this change. There is a lot of things going on in the world right now that are asking us to get beautifully uncomfortable. So what you can be, you must be. Ask yourself deep in your heart, what is this yearning to come through you, in you, and as you, and get out of your way and allow it to come through. That's social activism. That's a demonstration. That's permission coming from a soul level. Thank you for showing up and living with your heart out loud. We see you, we love you, and we appreciate you. Much love and all the blessings. Bye for now.